In the previous movie, we exported a monkey model from the 3D modeling software Blender. This model was exported into the FBX format, which is a separate mesh file that you can export to your computer. And when you have a mesh that's in the FBX format, you can import that into the Unity engine. So what I have open in front of me here is the Unity editor, and I have the monkey scene.unity open. You can find that inside the course companion files in the starting scene monkey scene. And this is the scene file that we have here. And I'm going to be adding our monkey.fbx file to our project. Now the way we do that is we simply find the monkey FBX file either using Windows Explorer or by using Mac Finder. So in my case, if I just move the Unity window just a little bit here, and I can bring the monkey FBX file into view so you can see that here, I can simply drag and drop that into the project panel to import that into the project. Let me just move the Unity window back to match the recording window here. So you can see inside the project panel we have imported the monkey mesh file, and if I left click and select that here, I can click and drag inside the preview panel to again explore the details of the imported monkey head model. So that's looking okay here. We have a scale factor of 1, which means that the model is going to be displayed at its default size here. There are a range of other properties that I'm going to be coming back to on the Object Inspector. Now obviously the monkey file is down here inside the project panel, and the project panel simply acts as a library of content that we could include into our game if we wanted to. Right now this monkey is still not included in the level. So I'm going to drag and drop the monkey character here into the level and use the translate tool to rotate that up and rotate that into position. I'm also going to use here the rotate tool to rotate this to view the camera to maybe somewhere kind of like this. So by selecting the monkey head here, you can see from the hierarchy panel that we've added the monkey object to the scene. I'm simply going to right click and duplicate this to make a second monkey, and actually I'm going to make a third one and align these up side by side. So I'm just going to undo that here and just move that into place somewhere around about there. I'm going to move that over just a little bit here. So that's looking pretty good. If I now switch to the game tab, you can see that I've got a first person controller inside the scene, and I have the monkey characters lined up here inside the scene. If I press the play button on the toolbar, I can use the first person controller to wander around the scene, and I can see the monkey head character that I have imported. And that everything's looking pretty good here. That's pretty much how I want it to look. However, I'm just about to demonstrate a problem that often happens with newly imported meshes. So right now, if I take my first person controller and I walk into these meshes, you'll see that I can actually pass through them as though they're ethereal, inanimate objects with no substance at all. Unity simply doesn't care about the fact that these are supposed to be solid objects. It just thinks that these are decoration that we can simply walk through, and that is not how I want this to behave. So I'm just going to exit play mode by pressing the keyboard shortcut Control P or Command P on a Mac. That simply switches between play mode and exiting play mode. So I want to fix the collision problem that applies to these meshes, and it doesn't just apply to these specific monkey head meshes that we've imported in this single case. It actually applies to every single mesh that you import. If I select the monkey head mesh here inside the project panel, I want to make sure that I activate the checkbox Generate Colliders. This will ensure that Unity scans through the mesh and generates the best possible collider for this mesh in terms of accuracy. So I'm just going to enable the Generate Colliders option and then scroll down a little bit and click the Apply button to apply that change. Now when I do this and I press the play button on the toolbar, this time this mesh has now got collision applied, and it's not possible for the first person controller to walk through this mesh. It regards them as solid objects and the camera cannot pass through. So that's looking pretty good. In fact, we can even jump and kind of jump onto these meshes, and it recognizes them as even things that we can stand upon, because these are now collidable objects simply because we enabled the Generate Colliders option on the imported mesh. So that's how we can go ahead and import our own custom meshes into Unity, a very powerful feature.